Hey everybody, I'm Jeff Ritter and thanks for checking out Make the Turn, where it's always our mission to deliver winning strategies that help you be your best, both on and off the golf course. For today's segment, we're going to dig into our mailbag and answer some questions from our followers. So this one comes from Justin in Long Beach, and it's all about trying to fix a slice. This is what he says. He says, "Hey Jeff, I've got a downswing that travels too much over the top. I take deep divots. I'm hitting it off the toe. I can't stop slicing my driver. Can you please help? What's the fastest way to change my ball flight?" So this is a great question, and it's simply a tip that's going to help a lot of people out there. So first of all, if you're swinging down over the top of your backswing, and just based on my experience, the takeaway is probably too far around your body. So you're going too much to the inside over here, and now the club has to lift up, out, and over to approach the golf ball. So when you do that, your swing path is going to travel to the left. And if the club face is just a little bit open to that path, that's going to make the golf ball bend back to the right. When you're swinging down over your backswing, the shaft is coming in on too steep of an attack angle. That's where those divots are coming from. And of course, a characteristic of people who slice is simply hitting the golf ball more towards the toe. So the fastest way to change this is actually possibly working on the quality of your waggle. So if you're watching this, you might think of the waggle as this little movement you make back and forth just to get relaxed before you swing. But if you think about it the right way, man, that waggle can be a whole lot more. It can actually be the preview for the swing you're trying to make. So this is what I want you to do. Take your setup, and instead of making a movement that goes in, out, and over, flip it around, a completely opposite loop, working the club head out away from you, looping back behind you, and then swinging under on much more of an in to out path. If you're a right-handed golfer and you're trying to draw your golf ball, the swing path has got to be to the right, and the club face has to be just a little bit close to that path. If we break this down a little bit farther, I want you to think about it this way. Imagine a line that's going right through your hands parallel to your target line. Anything that is on this side of the line, we'll call that the outside. Anything on this side of the line, we'll call that the inside. So as you go through this little waggle, try and feel like the club head is well outside of your hands. As you create this loop, feel like the club head is well to the inside of your hands, and again, swinging on that in to out path. The last thing I want you to do is really notice the behavior in this lead wrist. This is absolutely critical. As you swing back, this lead wrist needs to be very indented or cupped. We call this being in extension. As you start to make that transition, the wrist will actually start to flatten or even bow. That's called being in flexion. So as your club head goes on this little journey, this little circle, your wrist is changing from being extended to being flexed. And if you can just get that basic behavior down, you're going to totally change the path the club head is on. You're going to change the path the shaft is on. The swing path is going to go in to out, and that slice is going to be gone forever. So I got a 7-iron, a few balls on a medium height tee. Get in there and rehearse your waggle. Outside your hands, inside your hands. Swing away. You can see, even though I have a little loft on this club face, if you do it right, the ball should bend a little bit to the left. Feel the change in the wrists. Extension to flexion. Swing away. Think about that move. Club head outside your hands, inside your hands, and swing away. So you're going to have to exaggerate it. I recommend putting yourself on film so you can really see if you're doing what you think that you're doing. But if you can change the behavior of your hands, you're going to change the shape of the swing and ultimately change the ball flight. So a great question, and hopefully that helps some people out there. If you have any comments or questions that you would like us to answer, just go ahead and leave them in this thread, and we'll do our best to answer them in a future segment. If you have something great happening in your life, if you're thinking big, taking action, if you are crushing it on or off the course, go ahead and post it to social media, share it with us, and please hashtag it, Make the Turn. We'd love to follow along as a team and share in supporting you in your success.